Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you are doing well and you're smiling. So welcome to another video with Juan over at A Counselor's Journey to Private Practice. Now, I want to get into today negotiating fees with insurance companies with EAP programs. Now, this is pertinent to everyone out there. Really, I think this is pertinent to anyone out there that whether you are cash-based, you're not taking any insurance, or you are insurance-based. You work with insurance companies, you work with EAP programs. And I think it's pertinent because when it comes to negotiations, that's probably why, or one of the reasons, one of the variables for those that are cash-based, why you chose to go that route based off of that fee. So I want to share, and you'll see in the description below, I want to share with you that you don't have to have a fixed rate when it comes to insurance companies. And I didn't know this way back in the day when getting into private practice. I thought that you would, we as clinicians make a contract with a insurance company, right? And they review the contract and then they get to say, this is how much we're going to pay you. So then I kind of thought that it was like, just any other job in a way, right? You go and apply for like Target and they're like, hey, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars. And then you're just sitting there going, hey, I'm grateful to have a job. At least that was my mentality. So it's shift over time, a little more knowledge, a little more school of the hard knocks. And I was just actually having a session with a clinician from Georgia, and we were getting into how to communicate with insurance companies. So I said, I'm going to take some time and do a video here so that you're able to kind of get some details there. And of course, as always, if you want a little more hands-on support, if you want to roll with me, walk with me in your journey of counseling, in your journey of a counseling private practice, a counselor's private practice, I'm butchering my own name. What am I doing? Reach out to me. I'm more than happy to work with you. I like being silly on here. It gives you a version of my authentic self. So you don't have to accept the rate that you're given. What? You don't, right? You can decide a different rate. You can decide a higher rate. And also, whenever you do have your rate, you can ask for a increase in rate. So that's the two big nuggets right away that you're going to get in this video. Let's kind of start with the first one if you're just applying for insurance companies. One of the things that insurance or EAPs that I encourage you to do is do some market research. So reach out to different clinicians in your area and ask them, hey, what insurances do you accept? And then ask them, are you comfortable sharing with me your reimbursement fees for billable codes like intake 90791 or your standard psychotherapy sessions 90837? Ask them, what that number looks like. Let's say that hypothetical, they say, oh, it's $10, right, for that number, for that billable code, your reimbursement. So then at that point, you get to say, am I cool with accepting $10? Or would I like $11? Maybe through that market research, you've learned that some are at 10, some are at 11, some are at 11, 15. And it just varies. It may vary depending on their education level, their background, experience, all of those details. But again, if you're going to sign a contract with someone, really consider what you are comfortable accepting. And I know that, whenever we're getting the ball rolling in the first days and years of private practice, we're like, whatever, I'll accept whatever. I'm just trying to get in here. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to support people. We'll worry about the numbers later. So if you're going that route, go for it, of course, but just keep this video in mind. The other area that I want you to look at for those that are already, veterans out there, you've got months or years into private practice and you've had this contract signed, way back in the day, and yours says $10, right? Hypothetical number, of course. Do some market research, start there. And then after that, there's a blog on this. I'm going to put it in the description below. I'll give you a template so you can kind of check out how you can communicate with insurance companies. Overall, you're just sharing with them your value, your worth. You're sharing with them, hey, I've been working as a clinician, been supporting individuals for, 5+ years. And we signed the contract 5 years ago. So right away, my years of experience have shifted. And you think about that, so variable. In any job out there, or most jobs out there, most good jobs, good culture jobs, jobs with a good culture, they're going to provide you with some sort of increment over time, right? So if you work somewhere and you're at a 5-year mark, they'll have monthly or yearly reviews, and during those you may get some sort of reimbursement increase or pay increase. So I think that's pretty standard. It's just often in the world of private practice, I think we forget that. We kind of say, hey, this is just the way that it is. There's not too much I can say. The other areas that you can look at as far as your worth is your education level. Did you start with a master's degree, now you got a PhD? Or maybe when you started, you were trained in CBT, but now you're trained in EMDR, and there's a higher push in the community for individuals seeking for MDR. Maybe you're bilingual like me, and you provide counseling, evaluations, your services in 2 languages. So then that can also be an additional area to look at. Overall, when really analyzing, your worth, take a step back. I like to go old school. If I had a paper around me, I'll show you how to get a sheet of paper and I'll write down, your version of the view, right? Whenever you sign the contract versus the version of you now. How have you increased your competence, your cultural awareness, your certifications, your trainings, your licensure status? Did you go from associate to full to supervisor? All of those really highlight the beautiful work that you're continuing to do. And then that's where we connect that to our worth. And then we're able to share that, to vocalize it with the contracts that we have with different insurance companies. I think from there, and at the end of the day, they want to make sure that you're happy and that, you're continuing to do a good job or a great job, and then serve those in the community effectively and appropriately. All right. So again, before you bounce off, check out the description below. I'll put those links there. As always, questions that you have, I am an email away. Let me know. I'm more than happy to help, anyone out there in their journey of private practice, whether you're going from solo to group, you're stuck, you need ways to build multiple streams of income, or you want to chat, have a cold beer with me, whatever it may be, hit me up. I'd love to build a relationship with you, a connection with you. If you haven't done so already, share this with all the clinicians out there in the community that you think could use a little bit of support in their journey of private practice. Take care. Have an amazing day.